everyone. So here we are back to our Mobility Monday sessions that we've been doing the past couple of weeks. I think this is like week 5 now, I think, or 4, I can't remember. I'm not very good at numbers. So anyway, today is all about your wrists. Are they your wrists? Yeah, your wrists, your ankles and your hands, and showing you how to do a little bit of mobility on these. Now these are going to be good if you type a lot, or if you're someone who's on your feet a lot of running, a lot of training, a lot of walking around, a lot of running around, or if your job's quite manual where you use your hands quite a lot. So these are going to be really good for this, just to relieve a little bit of strain, a little bit of stress from the wrists, the ankles and the hands. So we're going to be going through a few little different flows, just showing you how you can relieve some of the tension, things you can come back to, especially if you sat all day typing, just little things that you can do. So we're going to start with the ankles and the feet, and then we're going to work our way up into the feet, up into the hands. So I just don't know my feet from my hands today, do I? I might as well go to bed. So let me know if this is going to be useful. Feel free to share it with someone as well who you think may need it. Feel free to give it a little share, let them know that this is here for them to do if they want to do it. So we're going to start by standing in like a split stance, and you're just going to come up onto the back foot and then rock back. So come up, rock back, come up, and then rock back, up, and then rock back. And as you do this, you're just getting a bit of mobility into the ankle, come and fall back, and like that. I don't know if you heard that, but you might hear a few clicks going on, up and back. So just rocking. If you want to, you can bring the arms into it, but you don't have to because they're not serving a purpose, but you know. And then just rocking forward and back. And then just staying with the back foot now, coming up onto the toe and then pushing the heel down. You've got a slight bend in that front leg, and we're trying to keep the back leg straight. So we come up, push back, come up, push back, up and back. Now with the front foot, we're going to take, push and up. So these are just gentle. You can even do some of these movements seated, and then change feet, change it over. So we rock up. So all you're doing at first is creating a little bit of mobility around the ankles. Bring it up and back, up. And you might hear some clicking, some crunching going on. Then staying up with the back one, we're going to take up and lower, up and lower. So all we're doing is creating that mobility, looking after our feet, a little bit front leg. Lift, push down, lift, push down. Now bring ourselves into stand, right foot, we're going to circle round. Now you can do this seated as well, you don't have to be standing for this one, so you can do it seated. Just circling around one way and then circle the other way. How does that feel? Are you feeling the click and the crunching? And then with that foot we're going to point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, point, change side, circle it round, circle, circle, and then the other way. And then point and flex. So these are really little simple exercises, but they're so effective. As I said, if you're on your feet a lot, you're running up and down, you're running, anything like that, these are going to be really useful. And then bringing both feet in together and just coming up onto the tiptoes, raising. I don't know if you can hear that, but mine are clicking. So we raise and then push the heels down. Raise up, push them down. You've got 4 more. 4. You don't have to use the arms, but I feel weird if I don't use my arms when I'm doing something. And then from here, you're going to pedal it out. Pedal, pedal. Now, if you do this first thing of the morning, you will notice a lot more crunching. As you pedal and push down, really push into that hip, so you're releasing any tension that's taut up. Now last week we done some work with the fascia ball. These two will go hand in hand. So you could do this, then use the fascia ball, then do this again, and then use the ball again. So you can mirror the both of them together. Okay, bringing it forward, step yourself back into a downward dog, and then pedal out into downward dog. And then pushing the heels down. Bringing it forward, taking the right leg back and then just rock, fall back. Now this is a really nice calf stretch as well. So you'll notice if you've got quite tight calves, sometimes it can be because you've got tension around your feet and your ankles. Forward and rock. And then just hold it back. And then change sides, rock forward, back. Forward and back. And then just hold it. And then push back up into that downward dog. And then walk it up again. And then coming up. And then just giving the feet just a little bit of a shake, you know, just releasing any tension that's collected into the feet. Okay. So we'll leave the ankles alone now. We'll move on to the hands and the wrists. So we're going to start standing. So these are really good if you've got quite a manual job, so quite a hands-on job, or if you type a lot, these are going to be really good. Or if you lift weights as well, from the gripping of the weight, anything around there, we want to try and avoid getting any repetitive strain from doing the same thing over and over again. So the first one, dead simple, you can do these at your desk, just give yourself a minute or so, is just to squeeze and extend the hands. So it's like the warm-up, it's like you're loosening, and really extend the hands as much as they'll go, and then bring it in and extend. Might seem silly, but honestly. And then start with one wrist and just circle it round one way, and then circle it round the other way. You can even do this here. See how that feels? You might need to hold the forearm so that we isolate the wrist. Taking it one way, and then taking it up and back. And then onto the other side. Sometimes if you don't hold the forearm, the whole arm starts going. So we're just circling it one way, and then the other way, and then taking it up and back, up and back. And then bringing both hands together and just opening, squeeze, open, squeeze, open, squeeze, open, squeeze. And then from there, circling around with both hands one way, and then circling around the other way, and seeing how it feels. Now it might be worth doing this in the morning and then doing it again later on to see the difference in the hands. Taking the hands out in front, taking them one way and then the other way, and just releasing the tension from the wrist. How do the wrists feel as you're doing this? And then taking them up and down, up, side to side, and then again, just taking it round, really loosening any tension, and then just shaking round into the wrists and the hands, shaking it down, and then rubbing the hands together, and then creating a bit more movement around into the hands. And again, squeeze and open. And if you're doing these now, drop me in a little comment and let me know if they're helping. Like, so really open into the hands, squeeze, open into the hands. And then you can always just hold the wrists and circle round. You might find you've got a little bit of crunching going on in your wrists as well. And then bringing yourself down onto the floor. Now just be careful with these ones when you do them. The first one is we're in this position, all fours, and all you're going to do is rock slightly forward and slightly back. So quite often in Pilates, I'll do a little bit of wrist mobility with class, just to warm the wrists up. I think the wrists and the ankles are two joints that they're very important, but we seem to miss them out when we're doing stuff. And then from there, just walk the hands out to the side and notice how they feel. And then turn the fingers towards you, stretch into the inside of the wrists and the forearms. How does that feel? Take it back out to the side, and then take it back towards you and go back to a little rock, forward, back. And then you can also take the top of the hands under, and then just slightly lean back. You don't want to put any force in, or I'm hardly putting any force in. I've got quite hypermobile wrists, so if your wrists don't do this, don't think, oh, mine don't do it. My wrists are quite hypermobile, so. And then taking it back forward, and then just walking them out. And seeing where you've got tension in those wrists. Walking them in. And then coming back and just rocking forwards and back on their wrists again. Maybe just doing some circles, and you're not putting too much strain because you're on your all fours, so you've got your core controlling. Seeing how the wrists feel, a little bit of mobility, especially if you do yoga and Pilates, it's really important, or if you do any type of handstands and stuff like that, it's really important to have this mobility in the wrists. Circling it round, and then maybe taking it under again, slightly just leaning it back. I'm hardly putting any pressure on the wrists at all. Please do let me know if you're watching this live, drop me in a little comment, let me know how you're getting on. And if not, and you're watching this on catch up, let me know. Feel free to share it as well with anyone you think may need it, and then taking it out to the side and then just rocking side to side. Slight bend into the elbows, you don't want to lock out, don't want to put any strain. And then just bringing it in again and just doing some little circles and see how they feel now. See if the wrists have got more mobility and reaching it up. Just gently bringing yourself up to stand, bring the wrist push up and then bring it down, bringing them in, open up, and again bring it in, and then bringing them in, push away, open up and down. And then from there you can just push and then bring it in, push and bring it in, and then just give the wrists and the feet a little shake out. And I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope it's helped you a little bit, so please let me know if it's helped. As I said, if you type a lot, if you've got quite a manual job, if you're on your feet a lot, things like this, our wrists and our ankles, there are smaller joints, but we can't neglect them. Our feet and our ankles, they carry us around all day long. They are our foundations, and if most problems stem from the feet and stem upwards, then if we've got problems with our hands, you know, it's gonna suffer in the long run for this, like with repetitive strain, especially if you're just typing and moving the mouse all the time. So taking time out your day, like okay, we've done 15 minutes, but it's because I was explaining it. You could just do quick minute out of your day, setting a reminder on your phone, you know, your lunch break, stepping away. You can even do it at your desk, you don't even need to step away from your desk. These are all just little things that if we mobilise the body and move the body and warm the body in the right way, then prevention's better than cure at the end of the day. So if we can prevent ourselves from getting injured, it's better than trying to cure ourselves from an injury. Well, that's how I see it anyway, and that's how I'll always be. So let me know if it was helpful. Please drop in the comments and let me know. I always love to speak to you. And please share this for anyone you think may need it. And if you are struggling, wrists and ankles and anything like that, and I can help in any way, this as I said, relates to last week's video as well, which is about the fascia release with the tennis ball, so they go really hand in hand, go together. So yeah, let me know, drop me a message if I can help you in any way. But thank you for watching, have a lovely Monday night, and I'll hopefully see you all soon. Remember, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock is the free Fit Steps taster, so we're going to be doing a cha-cha and a waltz in our Fit Steps. So Fit Steps is where Strictly meets fitness, so why not come and join me tomorrow at 7. Apart from that, have a lovely day, and I'll see you all soon.